Center in beautiful Santa Barbara, California, better known as the Thunderdome. It's a pair of 5-0 teams. The Buckeyes of Ohio State ranked number 4 against the Gauchos of UCSB. And welcome to Basketball in the Midnight Hour on ESPN. I'm Chris Fowler. Apologies to Wilson Pickett there. Ohio State 5-0. They've been blowing people out, but this is their first road game. The Thunderdome can be a tough place to play, and the Gauchos defense also tough. They hold opponents with just 36% shooting from the floor. Could be a close matchup if the Buckeyes don't shoot well. Recapping some games earlier tonight on ESPN, Princeton surprising NC State in overtime. 50-47, Sean Jackson had 5 3-pointers, and the Privateers of New Orleans beating Virginia by 2, 54-52. So a rough night for the ACC. More on that at halftime. Plus, latest on the Jim Valvano coaching rumors. But after this, it's out to the Thunderdome. Ohio State and UCSB. Enjoy the first half. Barry Tompkins and Dan Belwamity will have the action as Jimmy Jackson warms up.
Exciting, high-revving, action-packed, fun-filled entertainment for kids. It's Heroes on Hot Wheels, the animated video series based on Hot Wheels cars that have been treasured by young and old alike since Mattel introduced them in 1968. Each volume comes with an exclusive edition Hot Wheels car sure to be highly prized by collectors and, of course, kids. They'll be able to play along with the action and use their imagination to become part of the adventures of Heroes on Hot Wheels. This exciting 6-volume set will be offered for the incredibly low price of just $9.95 per volume this Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Home Shopping Club. Watch for it.
Laughlin by the river on the Colorado. 24-hour action. Non-stop fun. Over 8,000 value-priced guest rooms. Isn't it time you got away? Laughlin, Nevada. Make a play for the river.
To the Campus Event Center here on the UCSB campus in Santa Barbara. With all due respects to the good folks of South Bend, Indiana, this is the original, and in the minds of the people here, the only Thunderdome. And I guarantee you one thing, it'll be loud tonight. Hello, everybody. I'm Barry Tompkins, once more with my partner Dan Belwamity. And Dan, interesting, I think Randy Ayers said he wants his Ohio State Buckeye team to get tested on the road, and don't you know, he will here in Santa Barbara tonight.
Yeah, I think he's really going to get tested, but I don't really think, Barry, the crowd's going to bother him as much as the Gauchos. The Gauchos are playing extremely well, and the Thunderdome is really worth 8 to 10 points, and the crowd's going to be going crazy tonight.
You know, you and I were talking about the fact we've already done a lot of basketball games this college season, and we were asking each other who we thought the best player we've seen so far this year is, and we agreed on something. The best player we've seen so far this year, we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, and that, of course, is Jimmy Jackson, and what an outstanding all-around talent at 24-6 a game, 6.8 rebounds. You see the graphic, the Big Ten Player of the Year, and Jackson does a lot of things. He can play around a basket, he can play the point, he can run it, he can shoot it, and he can defend, and they'll go to him in the clutch, make big baskets at the end of the ball game.
And a real success story here in Santa Barbara has been Lucius Davis's story. When he came here, according to Jerry Pym, he was a stiff-legged shooter, and that's all he could do. Now he plays the whole game.
Well, the other thing he does, too, he's a quiet leader. He's a guy that really worked hard over the summer, put on some weight, strengthened himself so he can shoot it. He's rebounded the ball well, but does a lot of little things that help the Gauchos, and he'll have to be at the top of his game if they're going to beat the Buckeyes.
That might be said about this whole UCSB team. If chemistry wins basketball games, then they might, in fact, win this one in Santa Barbara. It is a tough place for a visiting team, and that's what Ohio State has to do tonight.
My health club always had Pert Plus in the locker room. It cleans, conditions. It's great. And one day they switched. This one said it had conditioner in it. Thought my hair told a different story.
Some 2-in-1s don't lather as well or leave hair feeling as clean. Others don't fully condition. But Pert Plus's microbead conditioner leaves hair clean and completely conditioned.
So now when I go to my club, my Pert Plus goes with me.
Pert Plus. There's no 2-in-1 like this one.
To me, there's nothing better than winning a Super Bowl or a NASCAR race. That's why when my race team hits the circuit, there'll be an interstate battery cranking it up. Interstate's my kind of battery because it's got the power and stamina it takes to be a winner. So insist on an interstate battery from over 200,000 automotive service, repair, and parts centers everywhere. Call 1-800-CRANK-IT for the one nearest you. You win every time with Interstate.
There's something special about driving a Daihatsu from Japan. Whether it's the reliability, high mileage, and comfort of our affordable Daihatsu Charades, or the versatile performance of our rocking wide-track 4x4 with the widest track in its class, you'll feel like the whole town is going to light up and really take notice. It's how we make them. Daihatsu.
It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found
The mildly mellow taste of Harvey's Bristol Cream.
it had to be.
Give Harvey's this holiday season.
ESPN's NCAA basketball is brought to you by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. And by Buick and your local Buick dealers. Remember Buick? The new symbol for quality in America.
So we are just about set to get started here at the Thunderdome. The number 4 Ohio State Buckeyes, 5 up and none down against the equally 5 up and none down Santa Barbara Gauchos. A tough home team to be sure. Let's take a look at the opening lineups for these two teams. Buckeyes, thoroughbreds, no question about it. We told you about Jim Jackson. You'll see a lot of him. But Jamal Brown is the guy that Randy Ayers and his coaching staff call the unsung hero. He is the guy who can really get it down. If they start to double up on Jackson, look for Brown to start shooting the basketball. He gives it up very well. Simply said, a very, very good basketball team and well-deserving of their number 4 ranking right at the moment. They are coached by Randy Ayers, and if you're part of personal opinion, I feel one of the best coached teams in America right now. Randy Ayers has done a masterful job. Did a great job when he didn't have great talent. Now he's got the great talent to go with a very good coaching ability. As to the home team from Santa Barbara, Ray Kelly is the guy who has to take care of the basketball today because Ohio State will pressure you end-to-end defensively. He's a key player, and so far he has protected the ball very well in Santa Barbara's first 5 games. Stewart, Robson, Meyer, and Davis, and Jerry Pym is very deep. A lot of equal talent on this Santa Barbara team. He will go as many as 12 deep, and certainly that will help him. Jerry Pym, of course, 99 and 54 since becoming the head coach here at Santa Barbara. Everybody knows, of course, he lives on a boat. He drives a convertible. He says, my biggest problem is I don't want to get my forehead sunburned. Danny, let's take a look at the game notes in this one. How do these two size up?
Swing since '83. They played in the Cable Car Classic at that point. Santa Barbara, on the other hand, 5-0, pretty good start. In '88, they were 11-0. They came out of the gate strong, but the strength of Santa Barbara is their defensive ability, only holding opponents to 36.5% from the field. So that's really a key stat. If they can do anywhere close to that, they got a chance to beat the Buckeyes.
Simply said, a real test for both these teams. Ohio State, in all honesty, has not had to break a sweat so far this year. Tonight, I feel quite certain about the fact they will at least be tested. Now, this is an Ohio State team that we should point out early is good right now, but they're going to get better.
Yeah, and that, of course, they've got Lawrence Funderburk, who transferred from Indiana, who'll be eligible January the 7th.
First time these two teams have ever teed it up. Long history. Robinson and Robson will jump. They have a decibel meter in here, too. We'll keep you posted on that. It's up at 88 right now, out of a possible 85, I think. This is Baker. And they got a lot of people who can shoot the ball in this Ohio State team, too. They are clearly not a one-man team. But Jimmy Jackson's something special. Brown outside.
is just another ball game, but so important for the Gauchos that they can get this win.
Baker got the baseline, couldn't make it go. Foul called on Davis over the top.
Of course, Davis also has to be careful as Baker, one of the premier point guards in the country, takes it in, and Lucius Davis picks up the foul, and he's got to stay out of foul trouble. They cannot afford to have Davis on the bench. They need him out there. Zone by Santa Barbara again.
Jackson's first shot. Got a nice stroke though, doesn't he? This is Kelly on the floor to the basket over the big man Robinson.
Ray Kelly. He has not scored a lot of points, but terrific penetration that time.
Baker at the other end, offensive foul.
Well, Ray Kelly out of Reardon High School in San Francisco with a nice drive and a penetration to the basket and gets the hoop.
And now we're going to go the other way.
They're going to have to handle the press. Cannot turn it over. Good job by Ohio State to get right into it.
They will press on every made basket. Baker to the basket, counted, and Robson fouled it.
When you zone the out of bounds at Santa Barbara, look at it. No vision on the ball. Robson that time had his back to the ball and did not have vision. Easy pass for a score.
So Baker will go to the line to try to convert the three-point play. And does.
A diamond 1-2-2 press by Ohio State. Now they look to double up.
And there it is. Baker with a turnover. No basket on the offense.
Well, Bob Garibaldi with a player control foul that time on Baker. Beautiful steal. Look at the anticipation. Watch the double up. They come double team, and Baker anticipates. Now look at the player control foul. Good move by Meyer to hold position, and Baker moves into him, a non-shooting situation, so it's out of bounds. To Santa Barbara. They got to handle the pressure.
And the press does seem to be bothering.
See if they take it to the basket.
And they do. Kelly again.
Well, Barry, Ray Kelly said, you know, I have not been scoring a lot of points, but I may have to take it in against the press tonight and look to score more than I have.
Here's Baker, the counterpart of Kelly at the other end, misses the jumper. And the Gauchos get it back with another turnover. Baker, nice pass down low to Brown.
Beautiful dish that time by Baker, and Jamal Brown with the finish. See if they can get it in the middle now. Let's bring it up and see if they can penetrate the press.
And they do get a 4-on-3 for the moment. Davis, the opportunity.
Hasn't been a lot of misses. I mean, they're getting it down tonight.
Pretty high caliber stuff early in this game. And Jet can shoot it outside too, despite his size. That's a kick. It'll be the Buckeyes ball.
Santa Barbara that time down the floor, switches defenses and goes back man to man. And of course, Meyer has the responsibility of guarding Jimmy Jackson.
And we got a grab foul called away from the ball. Called on Meyer, his first. They cannot afford to get Meyer in foul trouble. He draws the defensive responsibility on Jackson, and that's no small task.
Stay in the zone. They zone from the out of bounds, and they'll just stay in it. Good recognition by Ohio State.
Stewart got a hand on that. That's Gent for three.
He's a good three-point shooter. Face it up and shoot it.
50% from three-point range now. 6 of 12 on the year for Gent. Ray Stewart for 2.
Well, Santa Barbara is electing to come down and play against the press. They're not bringing the ball back out, and they're looking to score and take it in. That time a perimeter jumper by Ray Stewart. jumpers, and I'm sure Santa Barbara happy with the fact that they've been able to force Jackson to shoot the outside shot. It was there, it just didn't go down. And then the foul over the back that time by Gent. See if they can go to the middle against the press.
Trap the ball right now.
Now back to the middle.
Stewart, nice pass to Davis.
Ooh. Lucius. Sweet shot on the break.
And Davis out quickly with 6 points.
Davis is a mechanical engineering major here in Santa Barbara and carries about a 3.5 grade point average. He's an outstanding player. His dad was an All-American at Fresno State. In fact, the all-time leading scorer at Fresno State.
Yeah, in fact, we asked him about playing at the next level. He said, tell you the truth, I'm not even thinking about that right now. I'm thinking about my degree and a career in engineering. Great kid, Lucius Davis. And incidentally, not a bad player.
They say clothes make the man.
No.
They're only half right.
No.
Canoe, men's cologne. It's one fashion that outlives the fads.
Yeah.
A lot of cars are taking aim at the imports these days. Well, one American car is very much on target. Buick. Here's their latest hit, the all-new 1992 Skylark. Completely redesigned with more power and advanced features like standard anti-lock brakes. Skylark for 1992. It's got everything you've been looking for. Plus the one thing only Buick can offer you. Buick quality.
This is definitely one night you should test all your batteries with the Copper Top Tester. It quickly tells you if a battery should be replaced or go on its merry way. The Copper Top Tester. A little present. Only from Duracell.
13-10 ball game. UCSB leading Ohio State 15:34 left. You mentioned this game was played at a very high caliber so far. Ohio State shooting it reasonably well at 40%. Jackson hasn't gotten on track, but look at Santa Barbara.
Yeah, I think they got a real good shot of winning this if they can keep that up. I mean, 6 out of 6. They turned it over a few times, which has allowed Ohio State to come right back in. And, of course, Davis has been the key. He's been able to finish on the break. But the Buckeyes are powerful, quick, have tremendous outside play, and dangerous. Here he goes.
Jackson, nice pass to Gent.
Very unselfish. I mean, Jackson's missed his first couple of shots, and that time could have forced it up, but instead found the open man.
This time Kelly on the dribble beats the press. Little help from behind from Gent. They get it low to Davis, who forced it up in his hammer.
Yeah, Red Kelly triggered it and able to make a very good decision to give it to Davis, who posts up strong. And then it's a nice thing. He brings it toward the basket. He does not fade away and picks up the foul.
He really is a different player from the first days you and I saw him walk on the court here as a freshman.
The other guy that's a different player, really, from last year has been Ray Kelly. Kelly came in and he transferred from Texas Christian and was thrown into the starting lineup and, quite frankly, made a lot of errors last year. Did not know his role. And that's the one thing he indicated, that everybody in this club right now knows their role. And the chemistry, as you alluded to earlier, Barry, is really good here at Santa Barbara.
Idris Jones will come into the game now, replacing Stewart. Jones, another guy indicative of what you were talking about. Had a tough year last year. Never did find his shooting touch last year. He has gotten out of the blocks very quickly so far this year, and he can stroke a 3, too.
Yeah, he's coming off the bench, and he's their second leading scorer. So Idris Jones, a three-point specialist.
Santa Barbara wanted a 5-second call there. They won't get it. Overplaying defensively that time. Jones stepped in front of the big man, Robinson.
Yeah, Idris showing a new haircut this year. Idris, as I recall, a lot of hair.
He's a long hair on this year's
right.
team.
Yeah, that's true. Got long hair this year. Everybody else is shaved right from the top.
I wouldn't mind having the razor concession in Santa Barbara. Robinson jump hook too hard. trouble. Meyer controls it. And finally coming away with it for Ohio State was Jackson, who gives it up nicely to Brown for the basket. So again, Jackson showing you how many ways he can beat you. Jones open. And they're still perfect.
Yeah, Jones comes right in, looking to get it up.
Well, you're shooting 100%, you lead by 3. That says something about the guys you're playing against, doesn't it?
That might bother me a little bit. Probably Jerry Pym doesn't know that stat.
Brown for 3. And Baker runs it down. A lot of second chances for the Buckeyes. Kelly clears.
See if he pushes it. He is.
On a wing to Meyer. First miss.
You know, we may have had some slowdown games in previous games here on ESPN with Virginia and New Orleans and Princeton and NC State. But I'll guarantee you this game isn't going to be in the 40s or the 50s.
Baker open. Off the glass.
Maybe that at halftime.
Although Jerry Pym said he didn't want to play it in the 90s. That's where, of course, Ohio State has been playing it. But we should point out Ohio State has overmatched all its opponents so far. Doug Muse, a highly talented freshman out of Hayward, California, up in Northern California, comes on for the Gauchos now. And so does Kassan Jackson.
That may be on Jen.
I think it is.
And it may be his second. Is his second. So see if Randy Ayers makes a quick change, which I believe he's going to do to get Gent out.
He will leave, and Brandewee will come on. Gives him a little more height, but they give away a little on the outside. Gent, good outside shooter.
I don't think he's intense enough. He's got to build up a little intensity. Oh, good move, good call. Good call.
Cannot run along the baseline.
Right, the only time that you can run the baseline is after the ball goes in the basket. Referee right on the play.
1-point game. Baker. And again a second chance as Brandewee runs it down. Loose ball this time, played nicely by Robinson. And a turnover.
Santa Barbara playing great half-court defense. I mean, they are right up on Ohio State, forcing turnovers. And the Buckeyes doing a nice job themselves. I mean, both these teams have scored points, but it's not because the defense has been bad.
Jones is open again. Couldn't get the roll. Loose ball still finally controlled by Brandewee. Jackson.
You knew it couldn't last too long.
No, it took him about 7.5 minutes. And again, the press bothering UCSB to the basket was Brown off the steal.
Yeah, the freshman Berry taking the ball out of bounds. Another turnover.
And Brandewee puts it down.
They need a quick timeout. See if they get a timeout.
Another turnover, 3 in a row. They haven't been able to get it inbound. And the Ohio State press really showing itself. Jackson forced that shot a little bit. Robinson a second try, and a foul called against Robinson.
Yeah, Randy Ayers wanted the foul that time on Jimmy Jackson. Took the jumper. He felt he was hit on the elbow. And they get Robinson over the back.
Robinson's second foul.
Yeah, Berry had a tough outing. They're going to get him out, put Meyer back in. The freshman just couldn't get it out. There were 3 in a row steals by the Buckeyes, and they converted 2 of the 3.
And they're still having problems. Now you can tell they're bothered every time they inbound the ball. This time they do beat it, but the Buckeyes get back in transition defense. Davis, 4 for 4 for him. He's got 10.
Jackson now will go to the low post and try. I mean, he can score from a lot of different areas.
And he's getting good percentage shots. They just aren't falling for him yet, but they will. Brown. A third try.
Jackson. Power rebound by Jackson that time. Just pick it off the glass and drop it.
If you're into looking good, get into Bud Light. Clean, fresh taste won't fill you up, never let you down.
Honey, look what
Comes with this new steak sauce burger combo. Coupons good at Kmart Photo Center. 2-for-1 prints. Discounts on batteries and poster enlargements too.
we got a good thing.
Good? This is great. And you need to taste this steak sauce burger. Onion rings, cheese. You can't beat this.
Wanna bet?
Get a new steak sauce burger combo and pick up a great photo deal. Radio Shack this Christmas, you'll find hundreds of great gift ideas. Computers for home or business, stereo systems, speakers, CD players. Even Santa would have to admire our selection of radios, calculators, and electronic clocks. Nearly 60 telephones and over 80 cassette players, Memorex VCRs and camcorders. And don't forget our top-rated batteries. You'll find it all at Radio Shack, America's technology store.
NFL season here on ESPN ends this weekend, and so too does the current reign of John Robinson as the head coach of the Los Angeles Rams. One of the truly nice guys in the coaching profession. John Robinson today deciding he's had enough. He will sit down. That will be his last game. You can watch it right here on ESPN, 8 o'clock Eastern time this Sunday. And of course, we get underway with prime time. Chris Berman, Tom Jackson, and Robin Roberts. Meanwhile, 24-19 game in the defense of the Buckeyes. The press has been the difference in the game.
Press has really kept Ohio State in it because Santa Barbara's been able to convert at the other end. And the Gauchos have shot the ball extremely well, but they've had a lot of turnovers. See how they do in a half court. They haven't been in a half court in a long time.
I was just going to say, another steal. Brown steps in front, race to the basket, no problem.
That was lightning.
The Gauchos are getting killed on the defensive end by Ohio State. 2-on-1 now. Jones on the wing.
Good shot by Eagles Jones that time. Under control, came to a stop. Paul was playing the pass, not the shot. Good effort.
Jackson started to get into gear. Fall away, won't go. Kelly cleared.
Of the ball and try to play the game. Man, this might be a little bit of a foul. Just a small push. I mean, Ohio State puts a lot of pressure, and they're going for steals. Santa Barbara may have to look to bring somebody to the high post, look to back door, look to relieve pressure by dribbling in because the Buckeyes are so quick. It's going to be difficult to make a guard-to-guard pass.
It's good basketball team, Ohio State.
Well, it's a solid veteran team. We saw the practice. Very business-like team. I mean, not much talking. Another steal. I mean, is he all over the place? I mean, Brown is just, maybe there's 2 or 3 of him. And he's like everywhere.
Davis guilty of the foul. That's his second. And another guy, of course, that they can just not afford to get into foul trouble. 11 turnovers for UCSB now. And believe me, they have been forced.
Yeah, these are not unforced turnovers. I mean, Brown just leaves his man and comes for the steal. And Ohio State has only turned it over 3 times. And, of course, they rely on making the opposition turn the ball over 25, 26 times, and the Buckeyes are in good shape when that happens.
Yeah, that's what they say. They want to wear you out on the defensive end, and believe me, they are. Jones open.
Well, he's a beautiful shooter. Jones with a textbook release on the jumper. He's got 6 coming off the bench. 5-second count, maybe.
So a turnover the other way.
Need to release the ball or pick up your dribble, but you cannot just dribble laterally. Randy Ayers looks like he's calling a 20-second timeout. You can't do that. There's no 20-second. No, you can't do 20 seconds.
He'll take Brown out of the lineup for just a moment and bring on Davis. Alex Davis Davis, a junior out of Cincinnati. Good three-point shooter. Kelly beat him down the floor, but he still managed to fast-hand it away from behind.
Yeah, Davis and Kelly are blurs coming down the floor. And most of these Ohio State players are right from Ohio. I mean, they got a lot of. They got Mr. Ohio about the last 15 years. Every guy on their team is Mr. Ohio, or has been.
Heady move by Davis to throw it off the defensive man.
In fact, I think they signed Mr. Ohio.
I think that's
coming
true.
up.
Named him.
I think it's Greg Simpson, who's a 6'1" guard. It was also Funderburk and Jackson and a guy named Lucas. And, I mean, we can go back a little bit.
Davis, good position. Couldn't get the shot. Jones followed. Somebody forgot about Idris Jones.
Well,
it's a one-point game.
He's made a big impact. Playing with a lot of confidence. Don't remember this in his earlier years. I mean, this is intense.
Brings the crowd back into it.
Now the Buckeyes showing poise.
Jackson got a man in the air. Beautiful play.
They've been through it. Competition that the Buckeyes play in the Big Ten. I didn't think the crowd would bother them, but Santa Barbara has done a nice job, and they're a talented team. This is a better Santa Barbara team than everyone thought when the year started. This is a club that's got a chance, I think, to win the Big West. I mean, Vegas can't win it. And this team here, they'd be the favorites, the early favorites, along with Fresno State.
Very deep team, and in large part a young team.
And New Mexico State.
Jones missed everything that time. Randaway cleared. Ahead it goes to Jackson. Beat everybody down. Made it look easy. And drew the foul. Big-time play by a big-time player.
At that point, you just about let him go because Jimmy Jackson just receives the pass from Baker, the foul, and he's so strong, he's able to finger roll it and finish.
Jet comes back, and Brown comes back now for Randy Ayers' Buckeyes. So Buckeyes playing a lot of people. Gauchos playing a lot of people. Kelly and Jones lead for the Gauchos.
Well, Randy Ayers told us that he will play a lot of people in December because the most important game of the year is the opener of the Big Ten Conference, which I think they open against Michigan State on January the 7th. So he feels that's where the focus is, and you might as well experiment in December.
And they will have Lawrence Funderburk for that game. Look at him hawk the ball defensively. Myers threw it away. And we got a timeout. 7:29 remaining first half. Buckeyes continue in front by 5. We'll be back with more from the Thunderdome right after this.
I got mine from Complete Eye Care.
I got mine from Complete Eye Care.
I got mine from Complete Eye Care.
For quality sunglasses at affordable prices, there's only one place to go.
I got mine from Complete Eye Care.
Complete Eye Care Center is on Washington Place near Centinela.
I got mine from Complete Eye Care Center.
Negotiating with a big suit, banging out a big deal. Time out. It's Roseman & Associates Warehouse Clearance Sale. We've pulverized prices on the largest selection of European fashions in downtown Los Angeles. Don't wait for the decision. Come now. Roseman & Associates, 2211 East Olympic Boulevard, downtown Los Angeles. With prices like these, our inventory could be knocked out before the next round.
Excitement that stands out. NCAA basketball coming at you. Powerhouse teams, sharp-shooting players, buzzer-beating action. Saturday night, Ohio State battles Southern Cal. Then Kentucky tries to avoid the sting of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Plus, Virginia faces Stanford. A terrific triple header. Saturday night live on ESPN.
Barry Tompkins with Dan Belwamity. Ohio State 30, Santa Barbara 25. It's been the defense of Ohio State that really has been the difference, and they play it very, very well.
Yeah, the storyline, of course, Ohio State, 12 points off of turnovers. They've been able to utilize the press, and they're shooting 48%. And a lot of that 14 field goals have been inside against the press. Santa Barbara shooting 73%, but the 11 turnovers have killed them. And shooting 73 and down 5 has to be a concern.
And that also is allowing the fact that Jackson really has not gotten on track yet.
Yeah, now they're going to run Jackson at the point, which many feel is going to be his pro position. He's just going to dribble it off and give it up.
Give it up nicely to Baker. He couldn't get it to go, and Meyer cleared.
This is where Santa Barbara's had some problems. They've not been able to execute and score in a half court. They've been able to get most of their scores as a result of breaking the press and taking it in for open 12-footers or 3-footers.
Stewart off the motion that time. Very good ball movement. Good movement without the ball as well.
That was the best half-court sequence they've had.
Brown, who really has been a factor in this game, as you mentioned, back in the ballgame. Jackson. And a second try Hall. They got a lot of second and third chances, too. And the Gauchos are a team that came in here +7 in the rebounding department. Brown to baseline. Nice screen. Couldn't get it to go. Foul call against Brown. It's real difficult in college basketball to take it all the way to the basket without someone stepping in your way. Here's the move all the way to the hoop. And a player control foul on Brown as he takes it straight to the basket. And that's 2 or 3 player control fouls on Ohio State. And Barry back in the ballgame. Now remember, he had all kinds of problems getting the ball in. 4 turnovers before he ever got it across the baseline. Nice job by Kassan Jackson to stand in there and take that foul. And another turnover from Barry. He's having a tough time. Baker, block foul, stepping in that time. Yeah, good call. Good try defensively. Here's the steal. Baker steps in the way, takes it straight to the basket, and Kassan takes another opportunity to try to step in the way, but was moving. Good call. And Bill Barry, just a freshman, having one of those games that somewhere along the line you're going to look back on and say, maybe I learned something there. Yeah, Barry's had a tough one. Maybe say 2 or 3 turnovers against the press, and now makes another nice pass. Barry tells me not 2 or 3, it's 5. 5's a lot of turnovers. That's a lot. And there is a look at Bill Barry. Local product out of Goleta, which, of course, is where UCSB is. Santa Barbara is not in Santa Barbara, but rather in Goleta. What did he mean by that, Martha? Davis back in the ball game now, this time replacing Baker, and that will bring about the 3-guard set, essentially, that Randy Ayers will go with, although Jackson, a guy who really can play the 3, play the 2, play the 1, probably play the 4 or 5, too, play wherever he wants. Davis has been quiet over the last few minutes for Santa Barbara. Yeah, Robson's also been quiet. We really haven't. Santa Barbara hasn't gotten much from their inside game outside of Lucius Davis. I mean, he's been the only one. And they give Kelly the shot. As you can see, Davis really plays off of Kelly. Shot clock at 10. So now's the time that Santa Barbara has to get in motion. Kelly off the glass. Beautiful individual effort that time by Ray Kelly. Kelly with 6 points, and he's a guy who's only been shooting it 4 or 5 times a game. Case of taking what's given to you. Brown for 3. Just cannot win in any level of basketball unless you have great guards. I mean, you need outside perimeter players that can distribute and handle, and guys that are very difficult to guard. And Ohio State's got 2 or 3 of them. They got people that are real tough to defend on the perimeter. I think we talked earlier about the fact that you really take a chance and double up on Jackson because other people were key. And even though Santa Barbara's not doubling Jackson, they're trying to help out. Brown has 11 points. And another turnover. A reminder, this telecast is an exclusive presentation of Host Creative Communications in association with ESPN. Any use, rebroadcast, or other transmission of this telecast without the written consent of Host Creative Communications and ESPN is prohibited. 6-point ball game, 35-29, 4:33 remaining in the half.
I like this double high post. Jackson tries to rub his man off, and then they come for Brown off the double screen.
For three again, in and out. And Stewart controls the long rebound, gets it ahead to Myers, saves it for Davis. Davis lost the handle for a moment, pulls it up and in and counted. Wasn't pretty, was it?
Lucius brings the crowd back. No, this is not what you call a textbook way to run a fast break. Meyer with the save, may have traveled, no call. Davis fumbles, gets it back, and double pumps it in.
So Davis again at the same time bringing the crowd back into it, which is really a factor here.
This is a 9 to 10 point crowd. I mean, they can elevate you right up to the top.
Back to a 3-point game. Santa Barbara just won't go away. They're being outplayed.
Yeah, they didn't recognize Ohio State. Looks like maybe matchup zone this time down the floor, and Ohio State was trying to run their man motion. Now they've adjusted. It's taking them out of sync.
A little bit of confusion by the Buckeyes. First time we've seen that. Give and go, and stepping in front was Kelly, and reaching in was Dudley.
Bit of a reach that time. I thought a good call. Gent with the bounce. Kelly with the reach. With the body. You got to make that call. Yeah, I mean, if you allow guys to do that, I mean, the game's going to get a bit out of hand. I mean, he reached.
I think it was because I thought they called it on Dudley, but they called it on Kelly.
Puts the Buckeyes in the bonus situation. 17 foul for Santa Barbara.
Jamal Brown, as you mentioned, with 11 points so far. On the defensive end, always takes the best offensive player. Solid player, Jamal Brown.
Yeah, the glue of this club. I mean, Jamal Brown is just one of the real stable players in the Big Ten. He's going to score a lot of points. Good perimeter player. And a top defender.
And not a bad shooter coming into this game this year, shooting 73%. That'll get it done. 37-32, 3:35 remaining. Ohio State on top of UCSB. We'll be back.
You'd rather walk than drive an American car. You think no American car can match the quality of an import. You figure if it isn't foreign, it isn't for you. You wouldn't give an American car the time of day. Well, in case you haven't noticed, times have changed. Introducing the new Skylark. This is the Buick that's going to change a lot of impressions about Buick.
When you're looking good, you want Bud Light. The clean, fresh taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
You got it, you can feel it, you know you got it right. Everything else is just a light. Keep your Bud Light shining. Everything else is just a light. You got to shine on. Everything else is just a light.
Just when we started winning, I ended up wrenching my knee. For pain as bad as this, I used to take aspirin or Tylenol, but today I take Advil. Advil relieves my pain, yet it's gentler to my stomach than aspirin. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Chunky introduces another big chicken noodle soup. New classic chicken noodle. Titanic chunks of chicken, broad noodles, and hearty vegetables, all in a robust chicken broth. New chunky classic chicken noodle. Soup so big, it eats like a meal.
Hoops You say you're not satisfied. You say you want more for your money. We'll give you 4. Count them, 4 games this Saturday. We start with Indiana, the number 14 team against St. John's, number 10. That's at 2:30. Then it'll be Ohio State, the team you're watching right now, playing USC as they go down the road to Los Angeles. They're number 4. That's at 7:30. You think it ends there? Wrong. Go. Kentucky, number 8 against Georgia Tech, 13. That's at 9:30. Then the one you've been waiting for, Danny will be at Stanford. It'll be Virginia and Stanford, midnight Eastern time.
Yeah, and Ohio State's going to get tested at SC. I mean, they're going to face Harold Miner and company. Harold can light it up.
We're talking about 2 good.
I got it here.
Good play. Good hands, Dan.
Got great hands. How about?
He's never lost it, has he?
No, cut that one-handed. Well, that's what you call turnover, throw it in the stands, but don't throw it at the announcers.
Jumper onside this time is missed by Alex Davis. Took that shot. Good 3-point shooter, and we're going to come the other way.
Yeah, we may have had an over-the-back call that time on the Buckeyes.
A reminder that at halftime, the intra-state battle's going on. Down in Arizona, Arizona State, wrong. Northern Arizona and Arizona. Georgia Tech tonight. We'll tell you about all of that. A lot of good stuff to tell you about. Chris Fowler will do all of that at halftime.
I know you had Georgia Tech. You really liked them.
Good team. Going to get better, probably.
James Forrest and all the guys that they have some very good young players.
John Berry getting better, it seems.
He sure is. Yeah, John Berry's playing extremely well. And Arizona's Arizona.
Arizona is
every year.
And I don't think the Lumberjacks will give them much problem tonight. 1 out of 2 for Davis.
And when you got Sean Brooks and Ed Stokes and Chris Mills and Khalid Reeves, it's a pretty good team.
Yeah, they're good. Talk about chemistry. They may have better chemistry this year than they did last year.
Well, I think UCLA's got a good chemistry this year, too. Much better than they had last year. That should be a real interesting game.
Jackson. Hard. Jackson still hasn't quite found the range. And we're going to get a foul. I'm going to call it against Brandaway. That could have gone either way. And had it gone against Davis, it would have been his 3rd.
Aggressiveness on the glass. The perimeter jumper. And watch everybody attack. Brandon Wee he might have pushed a little bit. May have pushed. Couldn't quite get it, but I think underneath may have given a nudge. Picks up his 2nd, 10th team foul. So it'll be a 2-shot opportunity.
Interesting score for the Gauchos so far. Only 4 players have scored, led by Davis, the man at the line with 16. He has come up big tonight.
It's not bad. He's got 17 in the first half. Counting for half of the Gaucho points. He's some player.
He really has stepped up.
He said he went on a weight program during the summer, and he is in the best shape of his life, and he's playing that way.
Yeah, he said this whole team got together and said, what do we need to do to win? Figured out a plan and went after it. They're 5-0 so far, down 2 to Ohio State, the number 4 ranked team in the country. Nice play on the baseline that time to quiet the crowd by Jackson.
Beautiful dish that time by Brandon Bowie from the point. I mean, he's the one that made it go, dropped it straight down for the easy finish by Jackson.
Jackson very quietly, 10 points.
Ooh, they may get Lucius Davis on a push.
And they do. Call it against Davis.
That's a big call. That's a big, big call because it puts Davis on the bench. I believe that's his 3rd. There's the push-off. Little nudge with the left hand. Ohio State will go the other way to shoot a 1-on-1.
And he will sit, I'm sure, the rest of this half.
Yeah, what a half he's had.
Big loss. Jimmy Ratliff comes in the ball game now for Ohio State. Gives him a little more smoke, 6'9". Middletown, a couple players have come out of there.
Jerry Lucas came out of Middletown. They've got a lot of good players out of Middletown. It's a real bonus Davis for Santa Barbara, a missed free throw on a 1-and-1. I mean, that gives them a new life.
And I would think with Davis on the bench, Jerry Penn might choose to use a little of the clock.
If he can. It takes skill to utilize the clock. They have skill, but Ohio State extremely good defensively, and they've been able to steal on the half court.
Meyer inside, blocked from behind beautifully that time. It was Ratliff on the block, and here come the Buckeyes. For just a moment. Got a man in the air again, took it to the basket and gets it.
Jamal Brown took control of the game. With Jackson out, Brown takes it straight to the hoop.
15 in the first half for Jamal Brown, 10 for Jackson. Quiet 10. Hughes couldn't handle it. Another turnover.
See if Ohio State backs it out. They may get an opportunity to run it down.
8-second differentiation between the clock, shot clock, and the game clock. Brown wanted to travel there, and instead Brown sticks two. Had his foot on the line, only a 2.
Randy Ayers was indicating, let's bring the ball out, maybe hold it a little bit. The guy shoots a jumper, he went. Good shot.
Yeah,
that's okay. Balls it makes.
Biggest lead of the first half for either team. 8 points.
What a difference without Davis in the lineup. I mean, they don't have a go-to guy, and it shows, especially when they have to set up in a half court.
What about my diarrhea?
Don't worry, honey. I brought the Fermitine.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
The Polaroid one-step flash, the perfect gift. Now under $30.
Talk this much before you do it.
Did you think you could steal from me? Man!
No woman's worth a bullet between the eyes.
Were you under the impression that I was a virgin?
I believe he was blinded by love.
Warren Beatty, Annette Bening, Bugsy, Radar. Now playing in select cities. Starts Friday at a theater near you.
In the town of Lake Edna, after the Christmas pageant, everyone gathered at KFC for the $9.99 holiday deals. The 3 wise men shared a meal of chicken with mashed potatoes, gravy, biscuits, and coleslaw. The cows and the sheep grazed on 3 kinds of chicken in a variety bucket. And the angels had wings. Hot wings, that is. The KFC holiday deals, just $9.99. Get them in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
It's the Buckeyes by 5 over the Gauchos at halftime. Welcome to our studios. You know, it's final exam time in colleges around the country, so not a lot of great matchups this week until the weekend, but there were some tough ball games tonight. Georgia and Georgia Tech. It was the Jackets in triple overtime last year in a thriller. Would it happen again? Well, Travis Best finds Matt Geiger for the Jackets. They led 24 at one point, then 39-33. Back comes Reggie Tinch for Georgia. And then Charles Claxton rejecting Geiger down low. Bernard Davis on the break finds Laterral Green. Green on the secondary break sets up, buries the jumper. Georgia wins 66-65 despite not scoring in the final 3 minutes, despite shooting just 37% from the floor, and despite shooting just 35% from the line. Georgia upsets the Jackets in football. They do it again in basketball. Laterral Green had 14 points. Another ACC team, NC State, hosting Princeton. The Tigers in the middle of a 6-game road trip. They've come close in recent years to winning these teams. Haven't been able to do it, though. Pete Carrill diagramming before the game, and let's take a look at the roof cam. It's Chris Mooney to Rick Hilscher to Matt Eastwick, who buries the three. That's how the Tigers get it done. Then Tom Gugliotta has the ball stripped. George Leftwich down court to Chris Mooney for the lay-in. Princeton by 1 at halftime. NC State's Les Robinson goes to work at halftime. They defend the backdoor cut right there. Buckeyes knocks it away. Gugliotta. Some folks think he might be a lottery pick. He drives it, lays it in with the left hand. Pete Carrill can't bear to look. Under 2 minutes to go in overtime. Princeton down 1. Sean Jackson buries the three. Princeton hangs on and wins it. Jackson had 15 points, all of those on three-pointers. So Princeton goes to 6-3 and avoids losing a second game in a row. The bad night, would it continue for the ACC? Well, Virginia visiting the Privateers. Remember last year, New Orleans came up to Charlottesville, beat the Cavaliers, and that started a winning streak to reach 17 games. Were they seeing stars down there in New Orleans? Well, they saw a future star for Virginia. That's Corey Alexander. Virginia by 2 at halftime. UNO, though, Irvin Johnson, the other Irvin Johnson, the swatting block, and then the follow jam right there. He had 16 points. You know, New Orleans up by 16 there. Then Bryant Stiff brings Virginia back within 2 with a three-pointer. The Cavs' last chance at three-pointer, Junior Burrow, the freshman, can't get it down. Bryant Stiff finishes with 17 points in a losing cause, though the Privateers beat Virginia for a second straight year, 54-52. And so the ACC beaten in those 3 ball games. Will they get shut out? No, because Wake Forest did beat VMI in a big way, 74-43, 18-2 at home in the last 20 games are the Demon Deacons. Rodney Rogers, a career high, 29 points and 13 rebounds for the big fella, but the ACC still just 1-3 on the night. We've got more to come on our halftime report. It's Ohio State over UCSB by 5, and as we break, check some more scores. St. Mary's losing to Boise State by 4 tonight.
It's wintertime at your Chevy Geo dealer. A great time of year to get big deals on dependable, long-lasting Chevy trucks.
I've always been a big fan.
Thanks.
Not you, Chevy trucks.
Sure, I'll send you a picture later. Hey, during wintertime, you can get cash back or low wintertime financing with no payments for 90 days on hard-working Chevy trucks. With deals like these, anybody can be a winner. Shucks, I got me $1,000 cash back. He ought to have his own show. See your Chevy Geo dealer today.
To celebrate, Corbel Champagne.
I have Denorex on this side. As soon as I put Denorex on my hair, I felt like the itch was going away. The tingle feels like it's taken away the dandruff.
Denorex with conditioners, the dandruff shampoo you can feel working.
I have no dandruff, and I have no itch.
It was designed to fit into an extraordinary carrying case, your pocket, to go wherever you go, and capture moments other cameras are never around for. The new Discovery Mini Dual from Fuji, with lenses that get this close, this wide, in a camera actually smaller than the pictures it takes. The ultra-compact Fuji Mini Dual, for all those special occasions that take place every day.
More hoops coming your way tomorrow night, or technically later today if you're on the East Coast. An SEC tilt, Mississippi State visiting Music City to take on the Commodores. It starts at 7:30 Eastern. Back to the scoreboard now. Number 2, Arizona, preparing for a big game against Arkansas this weekend, hosting Northern Arizona. That 65-game home court winning streak, not in any danger against Northern Arizona in this ballgame, as you might imagine. Matt Outfit, head and shoulder. Look at the fake there, the lefty scoop. For Northern Arizona, they made a game effort in the first half. They were humiliated last year, but Steve Williams finds David Wolf. They trailed by only 20 points in the first half, a moral victory. But in the second half, it got uglier. The Wildcats off it. Inside to big Sean Rook, one of 14 assists for Othick. 127-81 is the final, the second most points ever scored by Arizona. And Chris Mills, a triple-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, the second of his career. Oregon State in the Pac-10 beating Oral Roberts in a non-conference game, 112-87. Carl Anderson ties a career high with 17 points. Oral Roberts' Ray Thompson, a big ball game, 42 points in a losing effort. Alabama goes to 7-1 by clobbering the Citadel, 107-67. Andre Perry had 23 and Robert Horry had 20 for the Tide. And Georgetown, another punishing non-conference game, beating St. Leo 89-51. The average margin in this series in the past 12 games, 36 points. Alonzo Mourning had 21 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 blocks for the Hoyas. Don't go away. Still more to come, including highlights of the Penn State Nittany Lions trying to battle their way into the NCAA tournament in a limbo year. As we go to break, check some more scores from this evening in college hoops.
Sultry summer days that melt into evenings. There's no need to spend this time alone. Just call. Cool down with hot talk. Live, one-on-one. Call 976-4475.
Come out of the heat. Call me.
Yes, I'd like to speak to my attorney about my accident case I filed a while ago.
It's been reassigned.
Again? This is the third time. What do I have to do to get my claim settled?
Mr. Terry, here is my vacation request.
How can you afford to go on vacation? Didn't you have an accident recently?
Well, yes, but I called attorney Stephen Epstein, and he took care of everything right away.
Stephen Epstein, huh?
For special attention for your accident case, call the law office of Stephen Epstein, 273-2460, 273-2460.
It's showtime on ESPN Bowl Week. Air Force invades Mississippi State in the Liberty Bowl. BYU attacks Iowa in the Holiday Bowl. And East Carolina stalks NC State in the Peach Bowl. Live on ESPN.
SportsCenter's on the way. John Robinson saying, Ram, enough. Jack Morris saying, the more money, the merrier. And will the sun rise in the Rockies? Mike Tirico, Chris Myers, SportsCenter, 11:30 Pacific.
And welcome back to halftime. You know, this is a limbo year for Penn State, waiting to go into the Big Ten, dropping out of the Atlantic 10. So it's going to be very tough to get an at-large bid for the NCAA tournament. Bruce Parkhill knows his team has to pull some upsets, including the Ohio State team we're watching tonight. And they can't lose to teams like Drexel, who they took on tonight in Philadelphia. One of 18 road games for the Nittany Lions this year. That's Penn State in dark blue. Deron Hayes will get the ball on the baseline, go up strong with a jumper, and hit it. Back comes Drexel. Clarence Armstrong can't give him the baseline here in Nittany Lions. He goes past a couple of Lions defenders, misses the shot, but Dan Leahy on the tip-in. The Penn State would pound away on the offensive glass. Remember, that's how they did well in the NCAA tournament last year. Dave Deggett somehow does not get the foul call either there or there. Misses. Eric Carr misses. Hayes will come around, get the offensive rebound for the third time, put it back in, and Penn State, after trailing early, goes ahead and beats Drexel on the road 80-65. It's the best start for the Nittany Lions since the 24-25 season. Tennessee clobbering East Carolina 93-58. Allen Houston had 24 points for the Volunteers, and DePaul ups the mark to 4-3 on the season by beating Northern Illinois. It wasn't easy, though. 90-77 is the final, as David Booth had 24 for DePaul. Well, newspaper reports continue to surface that Jim Valvano, the guy who sits over here in this seat 3 nights a week and also commentates for ABC, is headed to the Jersey Nets. Newspapers say that, but it is not a done deal. Negotiations have gone on. An offer has been extended, but Valvano has not accepted the offer as of yet. Stay tuned. More to happen on that in the next couple of days. In the meantime, Jimmy V cavorting with Dickie V and Bill Cosby on the set of The Cosby Show, where they taped an upcoming episode. They are V&V and Sons movers. Now, Valvano will not comment on the coaching rumors, but Willis Reed of the Nets did today.
As of now, there have not been any changes in our basketball program. Bill is still our coach, and, you know, are we happy with our record? No, but he's our coach, and at this point, we are not looking to make any changes. I have not spoken to Jim Valvano at all, so I don't know anything about that.
That's the kind of thing that general managers say, but the Nets' managing partner, Joe Taub, has talked extensively with Albano. As I said, stay tuned. Developments on that in the next couple of days. Don't go away. We're going to come back at halftime. Ohio State, a slim lead over the Gauchos in the Thunderdome. And as we go to break, check still more scores from today in college hoops.
Chunky introduces another big chicken noodle soup. New classic chicken noodle. Titanic chunks of chicken, broad noodles, and hearty vegetables, all in a robust chicken broth. New Chunky classic chicken noodle. Soup so big, it eats like a meal.
Kodak Gold Film.
I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors.
Kodak Gold Film. No print film anywhere gives you truer, more accurate, more realistic color.
True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow.
Pardon me. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
At Red Lobster, it only happens for the next few weeks. And it's just $7.99. Introducing a brand new shrimp combination. And wait till you taste it. First, we took a touch of honey and created new honey barbecue shrimp. Then the tang of lemon for new lemon broiled shrimp. Two new tastes together at a special low price. Just $7.99. But for a limited time. So hurry to Red Lobster. And for holidays at home, party platters to go. Ready in just 1 hour.
Sarah, keep an eye on your brother.
No matter what size your business, no matter what size the job, Konica copiers are ready. Konica, capturing the imagination.
Barry Tompkins with Dan Belwamity. 43-38 ball game here at halftime. Ohio State leads it by 5, but it's interesting, Dan. I kept looking up at the scoreboard, for some reason expecting it to be 12 or 14 points. That's how much, in my opinion at least, Ohio State really has outplayed Santa Barbara.
Well, Ohio State's been able to get turnovers. They've been able to convert the turnovers, but when you shoot the ball as well as Santa Barbara's been able to do it, then, you know, you can make it a little bit even. Santa Barbara's done a pretty good job. They're going to have to execute a little bit better in the half court in the second half.
It starts with defense for Ohio State, though, and that really is what brought the Buckeyes in the first half.
Yeah, the defense was tremendous, and here are consecutive steals by the Buckeyes. They get a quick one in a conversion, and the next play, they come with the other trap, and Brandon Wee just gets it and turns it right back in for a drop as Jimmy Jackson just clears out the middle. So good job by the Buckeyes. That was the story of the first half. But when Santa Barbara was able to break the press, here a nice steal and a conversion by Meyer, who gives it off to Lucius Davis, who had a big half. 3 fouls, though, in the first half for Davis, so he has to be careful, but he converted that for a 3-point play. So nice job by the Gauchos when they brought it in.
And you see the numbers here, and of course the ones that jump out at you are the ones that we've highlighted. 75% shooting for Santa Barbara in the first half, and they still trail by 5. The turnovers have really killed Santa Barbara. They haven't been cheap turnovers. They have been forced by a tenacious defense for the Buckeyes, and they have 16 points off turnovers, but frankly, that number is not so good because you consider 15 turnovers and 16 points. That's not a lot.
No, and also they've had 9 steals. Santa Barbara's not had a steal in the first half, so it's 9-0. And actually, as you alluded to, Santa Barbara, in a way, very fortunate, only be down 5.
And they're going to have to keep Davis out of foul trouble. That will indeed be the key. Jamal Brown has been the guy who really has brought Ohio State. 7 for 12 shooting, 17 points, 5 steals in the first half. Gave the ball up when he needed to. A brilliant first half by Brown, overshadowing the All-American Jackson. Davis has been the story, and Idris Jones with 11 points off the bench. And those two have carried the offensive load almost completely, with a little help from this man, Ray Kelly, in the first half.
Of course, Davis with 3 fouls, so I'm sure Ohio State will try to exploit that when they come down the floor. And Meyer will have to score. Robson will have to score. score. Somebody has to help in there for Santa Barbara to stay with the Buckeyes in the second half.
Not a point in the middle for Santa Barbara. Ray Kelly blocked from behind by Robinson, but saved it.
And we did not get a reset. You got a reset last year, but you do not get a reset of the 45. So the shot clock's down to about 10.
And they recognize it. And again, a turnover. Stepping in front is Jackson. Race to the basket. Jackson between the legs. Whoa, rejection from behind Stewart. They want a goaltend. They won't get it.
And I don't think they should get it. That ball didn't have a chance to go in. Good position that time by Santa Barbara. Look at that, between the legs. Robson holds, and there's the block. The ball was really not near the basket.
Jackson in traffic. Little floater. Makes that look pretty easy. Jackson with 12, but Brown has been the story. Threw it to nowhere. Another turnover. They start off with 2 turnovers. Kelly, who came in here clean. Brown at the other end burns the Gauchos back. Kelly with 6 turnovers in this game now.
And Ray Kelly's really taken care of the basketball. Up to this point, he has not made a lot of turnovers, but of course, Ohio State really on another level, and they've been able to do an excellent job forcing many turnovers by the Gauchos.
And the 9-point lead, the biggest of the night.
And Santa Barbara has to score right now. I mean, they cannot afford to let Ohio State come out of the gate and blank them for very long. I mean, they need to get it in. Maybe look to Davis. That's a tough shot.
That's a very tough shot. Stewart missed it off the right side. Robinson cleared. Here come the Buckeyes. Ahead to Gent, who had a step. Little floater. Too hard. And they'll get Baker over the top.
Good position again by Santa Barbara as Gent takes it in. Of course, Davis with 3 just holds position, and then a good call, an over-the-back call on Baker.
Jerry Pitt will sit Ray Kelly, I'm sure just for a couple of minutes, just to settle him down. Kassan Jackson comes on.
I don't think they can afford to let Kelly sit too long. And as you said, I think what he's going to do is just tell him to settle down, get back in the game, get a little confidence.
Ray Kelly on a bit of a mission tonight, dedicating this game to a good friend of his in San Francisco on the comeback trail. Fellow he played with, or against, I should say, in high school by the name of Bino Roberts. Ray wants to pass his wishes on to him. Davis, tough shot, missed everything. And here come the Buckeyes. Chance to increase, get into double digits. Turnover, nice hands by Davis on the defensive end. Meyer pulled up. I don't think he saw Davis. But it won't matter.
Yeah, not a bad decision, though. One thing you like about Santa Barbara, when they cross it and they break it, they come to that nice jump stop about 5 or 6 feet away, which is an excellent shot off the break.
First basket of the game for Myers. Now they do double down on Jackson, who still gets good position inside. Robson clears. Somebody got a hand on it. So once again, the Gauchos just will not fold the tent.
Of course, man-to-man by Ohio State. Man-to-man team. They've played it the whole game. Tough shot there. He draws the foul and makes it. Whoa,
that was a tough shot.
Brilliant individual effort that time by Lucius Davis, who jumps in a little bit, but Robinson said he was holding position, but Lucius Davis able to get it up with strength and finesse. Robinson's 3rd foul.
Davis has been the only guy to be on the free throw line in this game for Santa Barbara. 6 out of 7. Well, Davis said he's going to get his degree and get into engineering, go work in aerospace, but I'll tell you, what he's showing a national audience tonight, he may have to think about that a little bit.
He had an interesting summer job. He worked for NASA. I mean, what'd you do this summer? Well, I worked for NASA on the Star Wars. Yeah, that's what he did.
to Gent. Great move. Count the basket.
Boy, Ohio State answers just when the crowd is trying to bring the Gauchos back in it. There's a beautiful pass by Baker, and Gent with a nice finish. The left-hander puts it in off the glass. Looked like Muse with the foul.
And Gent at the free throw line. This is a good free throw shooting team. Gent was 7 of 8 so far this year. Could convert the three-point play. A lot of contact down low. Myers to the baseline. They cut him off there and started the trap. Did well to get it out. Little clear out for Davis. Takes it to the basket. And they're going to call Gent for the foul. And that, too, could have gone either way. And Randy Ayers not at all pleased.
And this is a very smart play by Gent to try to draw the fourth foul on Lucius Davis. And I think that a little push and a move in, and the referee felt that the defensive player was not set. Now, he can be moving as long as he's in front. Could have gone either way.
Very close. And, of course, needless to say, Santa Barbara cannot afford to lose the services of Lucius Davis. Offensively, he's been the man.
Those are the kind of calls you never get on the road. You know, when you're at home, usually that's one you get. And on the road, it's like, well, guys, we're on the road.
I think that's exactly what was going through Randy Ayers' mind, to tell you the truth. Davis gets them both. It's a 4-point game. 15:38 remaining. 49 Ohio State. 45 Santa Barbara. Crowd's back in it. We'll be back.
They say clothes make the man.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
They're only half right.
No.
Canoe, men's cologne. It's one fashion that outlives the fads.
Yeah.
In the town of Lake Edna, after the Christmas pageant, everyone gathered at KFC for the $9.99 holiday deals. The three wise men shared a meal of chicken with mashed potatoes, gravy, biscuits, and coleslaw. The cows and the sheep grazed on 3 kinds of chicken in a variety bucket. And the angels had wings. Hot wings, that is. The KFC holiday deals, just $9.99. Get them in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
This?
A Sentra.
Would you consider selling it?
No.
Would you sell it for $150,000? Okay. $250.
$250, sir, your change.
The Nissan Sentra GXE. Because rich guys shouldn't have all the fun.
49-45 Buckeyes, as you see, 15:38 remaining in the ball game. How are these teams getting it done? Ohio State, yes, they're outplaying Santa Barbara, shooting a little bit off from their season's percentage. As you can see, 48 tonight. They came in here shooting a very good 56%. Santa Barbara shooting it at 50%. That's not bad coming into the game, but they are lighting it up tonight.
Oh, we said at the top that Santa Barbara's been holding its opponents to around 36%. You knew that wasn't going to happen, but if they can hold Ohio State in the mid-40s, you know, they got a chance to win the game. I mean, they're back in it now.
Lucius Davis has really been the difference in the game. The defense of Ohio State is what has kept them in front most of the way.
Yeah, as advertised, I mean, this is a terrific defensive team. Nice lob. Ooh, the lob hit the rim, almost went in.
And the clock continues. Actually, that should be a new clock.
Absolutely. That should be a reset of the 45 because the ball hit the rim.
Hit the rim, that's right.
And it's not, so they're playing.
9 seconds. Baker takes it. Doesn't matter.
So much for all that. Just give it to Baker and let him jump it in.
And he's got 9.
Santa Barbara's been able to do a pretty good job since Ray Kelly's gone out of the game. I mean, their leader, their floor
Gauchos had a real chance that time and did not play the break well. This is just a momentary timeout for a wet spot on the floor. Watch Mark Baker on the offensive end.
Baker underneath the basket. Look at the save. Presence of mind. He knew Jackson was under the basket. Made a beautiful behind the back for an easy score.
Jackson having his shooting problems so far tonight, but still a presence.
Yeah, Jimmy Jackson, 7 out of 17, and didn't have a particularly good start. I think he was 0 for his first 4 or 5, and has come on since then.
Kelly back in the game now for the Gauchos. Give and go that time to Stewart. And again, credit Idris Jones.
Idris Jones has done it all.
Reach-in foul call. I think it's going against Stewart. Watch the play on the offensive end for the Gauchos.
And one of the oldest plays in basketball, when you're pressured, take it up high and release and go to the basket. Idris Jones with a beautiful pass to Ray Stewart, who has an easy one. But credit Jones with the pass.
And Jen for the Buckeyes answers.
Davis has been quiet. Of course, he had such a big first half. He needs to get back in the flow. Probably playing a little cautious because he has 3 fouls.
Jerry Piven, the Gauchos, working the clock a little bit, trying to use some up in the half court. And an over-aggression foul on Kelly. Good call. Made a mistake, tried to recover.
Now, the quick hands of Ohio State. I mean, you just cannot put the ball out in front of you without somebody going for it.
And Randy Ayers will bring Davis for Brown. And Randy talks to Jamal Brown as you see the turnovers, which really have been a big story in this game. And as you mentioned, they are not just sloppy play on the part of the Gauchos. They are forced by a tenacious defense on the part of the Buckeyes. Jackson down low off the glass. Fine pass by Baker again.
Well, Baker sees the floor. I mean, only 7 turnovers by Ohio State. And Mark Baker that time with the recognition to pick up Jackson, who posted up and turned it in. Let's get to that point again where Santa Barbara won't go away, but they need to answer now.
Davis almost traveled there. Jones behind a Davis screen. Won't go for 3. And a long rebound run down by who else? Jackson. Down low this time, Brandewee.
Credit though Jimmy Jackson with picking up the fact that Davis had 3 fouls and he's guarding Brandewee, and he dumps it right back in.
And it is a 10-point game with 11:40. First time in double figures, 59-49, Buckeyes.
Hey, sports fans, get a ticket to Bud Bowl 4, and you could win $1 million cash. $1 million bucks? But you can't get that ticket just anywhere.
Bud Bowl tickets?
Huh?
Bud Bowl tickets. Sorry. Bud Bowl tickets?
Bud Bowl.
Bud Bowl tickets.
Think of your ticket where you buy Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Dry draft beer. And you just might be a winner.
Hey, guys, is this the line for... You know, it's not that important. Never mind.
Bud Bowl 4. This time it's for $1 million bucks.
What kind of car is this?
A Sentra.
Would you consider selling it?
No.
Would you sell it for $150,000? Okay. $250.
$250, sir, your change.
The Nissan Sentra GXE. Because rich guys shouldn't have all the fun.
That was then. This is now. Odor prevention then. Odor prevention now. Introducing the pump deodorant from Old Spice. It beats the leading aerosol deodorant. Actually prevents odor better with a superior formula that's right on target. Unlike that messy cloud. Pump up your odor prevention.
Nice punt.
Are you ready for some football? We will be 8 o'clock Eastern time this Sunday. The Rams and the Seahawks and the swan song of John Robinson, who today announced his resignation as the head coach of the Los Angeles Rams. Ironically, a former Rams head coach, Chuck Knox, now the boss in Seattle. A little bit of heat up there, too, as a matter of fact. One of the nice guys, John Robinson. His last game, you can watch it right here on ESPN, 8 o'clock Sunday. And, of course, we get started. Chris Berman, Tom Jackson, and Robin Roberts, NFL Prime Time. Robin Roberts, pretty good basketball player also.
Frank Howard, a pretty good basketball player. That's going back a few years, though. Ohio State guy. Boy, they need to answer coming out of this timeout. I mean, very, very important for the Gauchos to get a hoop because the Buckeyes are in danger now of really spreading.
Davis, tough shot. Gets it.
His first shot in a long time. The senior comes to the front.
Doesn't fall into the category of high percentage, but I guess for him tonight they all have been.
A nice save by Jackson, one-handed, almost went unnoticed, and he's open inside. He makes the big hoops at the end of the game. I mean, he's the go-to player, and he answers consistently.
No weak points in his game at all. The whole package.
Well, you got to think if he comes out this year, I mean, he's got to be one of the top guys in the draft if he decides to forego his senior year.
And again, the Buckeyes have managed to take the crowd out of it here at the Thunderdome. And another turnover. Jackson just steps in front. Ahead it goes to Davis. Behind the back, right to Davis. So it's Davis to Davis. And Lucius throws it off of Randy's legs and out of bounds to compound the problem for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, hard to analyze why Alex Davis of Ohio State just didn't take that one in. He's trying to be a little too cute and cost his team a bucket. Oh, Jimmy Jackson, though, a one-handed steal and a flick pass about 40 feet. He's got good court composure. I mean, this is all both clubs do. I mean, nobody really gets unraveled. Everybody playing with good temperament.
Davis again, a little bit short. Follow underneath. I believe it was Muse.
It was Muse. A little confidence builder for the freshman.
6'10", just a freshman. Baker. And here come the Gauchos. 3-on-2. Stewart in the middle. Give it up on the wing to the basket. Muse couldn't get that one. Follow is good by Davis.
Davis having a decent game. He's got 25. Oh, nice steal by Ray Kelly.
And here come the Gauchos again. Kelly to the basket. Hammered by Baker and a foul. And all of a sudden it's the Gauchos who are the ball hawks.
Beautiful steal that time by Ray Kelly. And the speed of Baker catches him, but picks up the foul. Now how big was that turnover by Alex Davis when he didn't take it to the basket, instead went behind his back and gave Santa Barbara an opportunity. Ohio State would have been up 12 with that hoop. Now it goes from 12 to 6 in a hurry.
And Randy Ayers will sit Jackson, give him a little bit of a blow. Coming into the ballgame for the first time tonight, Milton Miller, kind of the hammer guy for this Santa Barbara team. He's got 10 fouls and 10 rebounds in 26 minutes.
Well, why is he in there? Only one reason.
A body. Kelly at the line with 6.
The two premier players are out, Jackson and Lucius Davis. So now let's see if Santa Barbara can kind of hold them there. I think the advantage now definitely goes to Ohio State.
Kelly 1 out of 2. The first player other than Lucius Davis to shoot a free throw in this game for Santa Barbara. Kelly steps in, got in the air, and kicked it out. Somebody's got to take charge of the offense here for Santa Barbara. This is Miller, and he's not the guy.
Now they're going to need some scoring help from Kelly or Stewart.
Kelly floats it up, missed it. Stewart controls the long rebound.
Yeah, Meyer really hasn't got it. Meyer's had a difficult time getting his shot, and I'll tell you, Gent's playing great defense on him. I mean, he's doing a superb job keeping the ball away from number 24, Meyer.
On the line, it'll be Ohio State's ball. Stewart went into the crowd hard, as you can see. And Jerry Pym will bring Davis and Jones, who have been the offense for Santa Barbara, back into the game. 7:43 left, 7-point lead Ohio State, 63-50.
Sultry summer days that melt into evenings. There's no need to spend this time alone. Just call. Cool down with hot talk. Live, one-on-one. Call 976-4475.
Come out of the heat. Call me.
Presenting our Super Sundae. 8 delicious ounces of non-fat frozen yogurt or soft serve that you load up the way you want, with all the free toppings you want, for only 99 cents. Our Super Sundae. It's yours, 7 days a week. Fill up for much less at AM/PM.
Waving and raving, a Sunday night craving, high-fiving and crying, the coach is crying. Sunday night Pig Out ESPN.
Pig Out, Sunday night NFL on ESPN.
America, let's Pig Out ESPN.
63-56 ball game, Ohio State, and again, Santa Barbara just will not go away. There's a face that will become very familiar to folks on the East Coast. Not that one, but the one behind it. There he is. That's Eddie Murray. First base for the New York Mets now, and Mets, of course, very active in this offseason. And Murray, a guy who doesn't feel like Eddie Murray's been playing for about 35 years.
Well, he's been playing a long time, but he's got a lot left. Ooh, almost a steal that time by the go, and they do steal.
And he's going to have to wait for help. But he didn't. Shows you what I know.
Some kind of move by Ray Kelly. I mean, that was a speed dribble. Fake it into midair and get it down. Boy, they needed that.
Ball down low. Tough shot. Count it and call a foul on Robson. That was a tough shot by Steve Hall.
Yeah, Steve Hall, of course, he's a strong inside player and makes a nice fadeaway. Steve Hall, I mean, he's my idol. He's a great golfer. The guy's an engineering major and a great golfer, makes a big shot in the clutch with Jackson on the bench.
Also an academic All-Big Ten player. Randy Ayers and the staff telling us that he and Tom Brandewy, first two guys to find the shopping malls in every town that they play in. Incidentally, one of the things I really admire about Randy Ayers is he still feels, in large part, this is a game. This team goes down to Los Angeles to play. From here, they'll play USC, but on the way, they'll stop. They're going to the Arsenio Hall show. That says a lot about the coach and about the game. Kelly tried to force that, maybe do a little too much, but he did draw the foul. Here's the way the field goal shooting has gone in the two halves, and Ohio State now kind of picking up where Santa Barbara left off in the first half.
Yeah, last time we showed that graphic, Ohio State was about, what, 56%, but they've been able to convert. second where they come down and make a couple of three-pointers, and they're right in the game. I mean, they're only down 6.
Yeah, they just have not. They're like your redheaded stepsister. Jackson. And they throw it away. And Randy Ayers wants a timeout.
Yeah, good timeout by Randy Ayers. They need to read 6 minutes to go. I thought the crowd was worth 9 or 10, and they're coming alive.
Ohio State letting the crowd back in it. 6:45 remaining. Ohio State still leads it, but it's 6, and Santa Barbara will have the ball. Buckeyes 66, Gauchos 60. Don't go away.
This?
A Sentra.
Would you consider selling it?
No.
Would you sell it for $150,000? Okay. $250.
$250, sir, your change.
The Nissan Sentra GXE. Because rich guys shouldn't have all the fun.
This holiday season, dash on down to McDonald's for your own original Indiana Jones videos. Just $5.99 each with the purchase of any large sandwich all day long. Give the kids stocking stuffers that'll really bowl them over. Get an Indy video at your McDonald's today for just $5.99 each. The best price ever with the purchase of any large sandwich any time of day. Collect all 3. Just stop by McDonald's and ask for today's video. But hurry, because everyone is going to want one.
To celebrate Corbel Champagne.
6-point game, and Santa Barbara has the basketball. At the risk of being redundant, then, they will not go away.
No, they've done a nice job to hang in there, and of course the tenacity of the crowd has really kept Santa Barbara in it.
The folks here are really kind of up in arms. It's kidding, but kidding on the square about Notre Dame naming their facility the Thunderdome. Basically, the folks here are saying, hey, wait a minute. Be more creative. This is the Thunderdome. Idris Jones off the front rim. Jackson again with a rebound.
Significant for Santa Barbara. Davis has not picked up his 4th foul. I mean, he's been able to go a long way without committing a foul in the second half. Now I'm sure Baker's going to look for Jackson, get down to crunch time.
And there he is, but it won't go. And it is Davis high for the rebound. Call a foul on Baker. And a real break for the Gauchos as Kelly had slipped.
Kelly slipped, but he kept dribbling.
Yeah, that's right.
He lost his footing, but had presence of mind to keep putting the ball on the ground.
4th foul on Baker. And Randy Ayers will hurry to get Baker out. He'll bring Alex Davis first opportunity.
Couldn't get Davis in the game fast enough. We wanted to get him in, but now let's see if they can go to Baker.
See if Kelly can drive on Baker, which would be the thing to do here. And they clear out for Kelly.
Yeah, see if he can take it to the basket. Now, what you want to do if you're Kelly to try to take something moving toward the hoop, not fadeaways or any stop jumpers. Oh, now they're going to have a chance to get him out.
Well, the storyline in this game, second half shooting for Ohio State, first half defense for Ohio State.
69%. Brown, of course, with 19 points. Had a lot of those early. Jackson with 18. Santa Barbara's made 22 turnovers, but the plus side is that Lucius Davis has 25 points.
And Idris Jones has been a big help off the bench offensively for the Gauchos as well.
you can see if they've got problems or if the game gets tight, they run Jackson at the point and let him work off the screens and create, which he did.
He has that look of a player who can score anytime he wants.
He did in the Pan Am games. He was impressive.
He's got 18 points. Been a quiet 18 points for Jackson. 18 points, 6 assists, a gang of rebounds. Routine game for him.
Yeah, they don't need to throw things on the floor. I mean, the fans can yell and do all the things you have to do, but you start throwing things on the floor, especially ice or whatever, people can get hurt.
And the home team can be assessed a tee for that, too.
Pressure doesn't really bother him.
No.
And it doesn't seem like he's kind of oblivious to all that.
And we were saying earlier, you look at his picture in the press book, and if it didn't have a name on it, you would say, this guy's a player.
Ohio State going to stay in their press. I mean, they've done it the whole game. Not doubling up now. They're just going to go man press. Try to cause some problems.
Gauchos have handled it a little bit better in the second half.
Oh, a lot better in the second half. Have not turned it over near as much as they did in the first. I mean, they went through a string of consecutive turnovers that 3 in a row that hurt.
Down low, Davis. Nice look by Myers.
Yeah, that was beautiful offense that time by Santa Barbara. High to low. And Davis pinned and turned it in. Now let's see if they run Jackson off the screens.
Almost over past that time. Stewart reached in.
I thought Jackson might take it right off the screen to the low post or go one-on-one. Still a non-shooting situation. But it's a bonus on the next one. So both teams will be in a bonus on their next foul.
Jackson looks like he wants to take Myers to task and does. Turnaround jumper, and that's a tough shot.
Taking the game over.
And a foul was called reaching in on Kelly. Did they call a reach in? I thought they did. No, it's just out of bounds to the Gauchos.
Well, Jerry Penn has gone a long way with Hughes at the center spot. I mean, the freshman has played a lot in the second half, and he's played well.
Got no production out of Robson, so I'm sure it's...
Yeah, Robson, who was a transfer from UNC Charlotte, actually a guy that played in England, came over to this country, and Hughes has done a nice job.
Kelly missed everything. Jet rebound. You could call it a rebound. Not quite sure what Ray had in mind that time.
I'm not too sure that was partially blocked. With the ball up 6, less than 4 minutes.
Lob it inside this time, and the turnaround is good by Robinson.
Good execution that time. The one thing Ohio State possesses is the ability to switch gears. I mean, when it gets down to the end and you need to go into half court and run your motion and get something around the basket, they've been very successful. When you need to play in the open court, they can also do that. But near the end of the game, now's the time to get it inside and go to your best players.
Jerry Pym wants to talk it over. You mentioned Jackson taking over the game. He may not be putting it all in the scoring column, but he gave it up nicely the last time, and his team leads it by 8.
Norelco doesn't just shave you close, but incredibly close, or merely shave you in comfort, but in exceptional comfort. Because the Norelco razor's patented lift and cut system lifts the hair, so when it's cut, it can actually drop below skin level without the blades even touching your face. And once you've shaved that incredibly close with exceptional comfort, you know you'll always be comfortable shaving with a Norelco. Norelco, we make close comfortable.
Cool, crisp, clean.
and 8 seconds left. The Buckeyes by 8, and they just have had that ability all night long to turn it up a notch whenever they needed to, and that is the sign of a good basketball team.
Well, they made some beautiful adjustments, and Jackson has taken it over, and they've got some critical scoring from their guard positions. And you look at the reset with the timeouts, Ohio State with 2 and Santa Barbara with 2, and really both clubs with no fouls to give, and a bonus for the Buckeyes because they have the possession. Needless to say, one of the big possessions of the game right here for Santa Barbara if they've got any hope of winning this game.
Because the clock's starting to become at least a bit of a factor for the Gauchos. Davis lean in, too high. Gets it back underneath, forced it up, through the foul.
Well, as Ohio State goes with Jackson, Santa Barbara goes with Davis, and Jerry Penn comes out of the timeout, and Lucius Davis, who's had a big evening, misses a shot he normally gets down, but hangs around and quick hands it, and then gets it up on the glass and draws the foul.
And we'll go back to the line. 27 points tonight for Lucius Davis.
Now look for Santa Barbara to maybe go some kind of a full court press. A little over 2.5 to go in the game, and they can't afford to let the Buckeyes just come down the floor and let Jimmy Jackson just direct traffic. You might as well take your gamble if he can get it down. Couldn't get it down to just extend. Hey, Jackson, he just takes over the game now. He's going to bring it up.
7-point lead, Buckeyes with the ball.
Well, the ideal possession for Ohio State, but they don't turn it over, and they did. Forced to utilize the 45-second clock and then short. Randy here, frustrated. Going to get Baker back in the game. Baker, of course, picked up his 4th foul, going to get his point guard in.
That was a big turnover. 2:18 left. 7-point lead, Buckeyes. Gauchos with the ball. Kelly penetrates in a foul.
See if that's on Baker. Maybe on Baker. No, they're going to get on Jamal Brown. Oh, it is on Baker. I thought they called it on Brown.
I think they did call it on Brown, and I think it is on Brown. Yeah, that's Bob Garibaldi making the correction.
I think the PA announcer's a little overzealous. I think he's wishing it were on Baker. No, it is.
Now they're saying it is on Baker. I was sure I saw Bob Garibaldi correct that.
Here's the foul here. It was on the outside. But Bob Garibaldi, I thought he came over and said 3-0.
So did I.
But Baker clearly, if there was a foul, Jamal Brown really didn't make any contact. Well, that was a cameo appearance by Baker. He went in for about 8 seconds.
Yeah, literally 8 seconds it was. Missed that badly. Coming down to 2 minutes now. They want to run the motion here and reach in from behind on Kelly. We'll put Davis at the line. Alex has not been at the line this entire season.
Good shooter, though. I mean, if there's one guy out there that Ohio State, even though he hasn't been there outside of Jimmy Jackson.
Correct the timeout graphic we had a little bit earlier. Santa Barbara with just 1 timeout remaining. Ohio State with a pair.
Davis has been a 90% free throw shooter. And he looks like he can shoot it. I mean, he went right ahead. No hesitation there. Just get it, drop it in. Just cannot afford to miss critical free throws, especially late in the ballgame. Santa Barbara's had some golden opportunities, but have not been able to finish or convert.
Well, you really have the feeling that should this game wind up in the win column for Ohio State, as it appears it will. Terrific win, first of all, for the Buckeyes, and it really will have accomplished everything that Randy Ayers wanted it to.
Real test on the road. They've been able to face adversity, which obviously they will in a Big Ten. Barbara down 9. They've come back numerous times, but big task on their hands right now.
Bach is not Santa Barbara's ally.
Good defense by the Buckeyes. I mean, they've been able just to defend the entire game. Davis has to get it up. It's going to have to be a force.
And he did, and he got it. Used a lot of the clock in the process, though, almost 30 seconds.
See if Santa Barbara can double up and get a steal without fouling. Of course, you can't allow Ohio State to run the clock all the way down. Not a bad shot. Not a bad one. Good decision. He'll penetrate, break the press, 5-footer. That nailed it down.
Yeah, it's going to be tough now. Give it up to Muse to the basket, foul from behind. It does stop the clock.
Bit of a redemption play, I thought, by Alex Davis, who had turned it over a couple of times earlier and was dejected when he came out of the game when they put back, when they made the substitution. Mark Baker, who came in for about 8 seconds, but Davis redeems himself with a nice floater in the lane.
Got the goggles going, makes the basket look closer.
Maybe it does.
1 out of 2, and they get it back. Meyer won't go. And the follow is up and good by Muse. Abilene followed that. And it's a 6-point game. They're going to have to take a foul pretty quick here. And Muse did. Stepped in. And Brown went down hard on his elbow. It was a hard hit, but the unfortunate thing was the way Brown fell. I don't think it was done with intent.
No, I don't think there was any intent. Let's just hope Jamal Brown's all right. Gent with the read, makes a nice pass. Muse, I don't know if he was trying to get position or just lost control, but looked like maybe he was just trying to establish some position there to pick up a player control, but made the contact, and he did go down hard. I mean, Jamal Brown hit it right in front of us, but good sign. Looks like he's all right.
Brown, 70% free throw shooter. As we mentioned, Ohio State, very good free throw shooting team. 70% as a team for the Buckeyes. And here is who you might want to foul on this Ohio State team in the lineup that is on the floor right now, although Steve Hall is not on the floor now. I beg your pardon, he is. I lied to you.
They got a lot of guys shooting in with those 8s in front of it. You know, that always bothered you when they got an 8. Shooting about 88. Of course, Ohio State's smart. They're going to get it in the hands of their better free throw shooters when they bring it up the court. Jackson brings it up.
And Randy Ayers also smart to have his better free throw shooters in the game. Muse underneath. Missed twice. Kelly followed. He missed it. Foul call before the shot. Two well-coached teams, too.
Yeah, I really think Santa Barbara's going to be a sleeper in the conference. I mean, they right now have drawn attention, and this, even though they lose, this is a game that I don't think is going to hurt Santa Barbara at all. I mean, if you get down the road and then you end up 2nd or 3rd in the Big West, I mean, you can look back on toughness of schedule. I mean, they played Ohio State and gave them a tough game all the way through.
And by the same token, a very good win for Ohio State. We mentioned earlier that this is a very tough place on a visiting team, and all you have to do is ask Las Vegas. They have come in here and gotten bumped around by Santa Barbara. Once on their way to the national championship.
See if Brown pulls it up. Blocks the ally, need to run the clock. Santa Barbara in a position where they've got to go for the ball and foul. Now, see if they get that an intentional, or you must play the ball.
So 25 seconds left and still 2 possessions right at the moment. But there's a whole series of things that has to happen for the Gauchos. And we'll take a timeout with 25 seconds left in a 6-point game. Randy Ayers will say, make the free throw.
Yeah, that's the timeout space. Look, guys, make sure we get these free throws down. But if you don't, Santa Barbara now in a position where they've got to look for 3. They're down 6, not out out of the question. I mean, certainly. I mean, 6 points is within reach, but they're going to need a lot of help from Ohio State if they're going to get back.
Jerry Pym, on the other hand, will talk about how to set up the three-point shot. Not once, but twice. That's what he needs. And a couple of misses on the part of Ohio State at the free throw line. Well, a lot of basketball Saturday, and that's to say the least. We get underway with a quadruple header at 2:30 Eastern Time. Indiana-St. John should be a nice game. Two very good teams. Talking about well-coached teams. Both of these teams, Ohio State, of course, the team you were watching tonight, will play down at the Sports Arena at USC. Two great players in that one. Jackson, the guy you're watching tonight, and Harold Miner of the USC Trojans. Then at 9:30, Kentucky, great three-point shooting team. They're ranked 8. Georgia Tech will try to bounce back from that loss to Georgia tonight. That'll be at 9:30 Eastern Time, and then you and I will be up at Stanford, where it'll be Virginia. They too have to bounce back. They lost to New Orleans tonight, and Stanford, surprisingly perhaps, undefeated so far and playing better with every outing.
Yeah, Stanford playing very well, of course, featuring Adam Keefe, who had 30 points and 20 rebounds in his last outing against Santa Clara. So that should be an interesting game. Good. Just sit by the TV set, just turn it on, just sit back, relax, and don't move.
So the scenario here, Alex Davis at the free throw line. His team leads by 6. There are 25 ticks left. Davis perfect at the line so far. Perfect for the season, 2 of 2. And as you said, a great free throw shooter throughout his career. No problem.
Puts the hammer on now.
Well, the Buckeyes certainly are going to be a factor in the Big Ten.
I don't think there's any doubt they're going to be a factor, obviously. You know, I saw that great young Michigan team. I mean, Chris Webber was just unreal. Jalen Rose. I mean, there's so many good teams in the Big Ten. Oh, three-pointer, timeout, timeout.
And they got a steal.
Foul first.
It'll put Jackson at the line with 15 seconds left. So the Gauchos ended as they started it, just by being there. But this is the guy you want at the free throw line. 83%. Jim Jackson.
What a veteran team's all about. I mean, you make the right play, you make the adjustment. Jackson makes the big shot. Ohio State's had a terrific recruiting year also. I mean, they signed 4 blue chippers, and they may lose some people. I mean, they got a lot of seniors, and, you know, if Jackson goes, you can have a whole new look next year. Of course, they do have Lawrence Funderburg coming back, so this team's going to get better, actually.
They got a few live bodies. Both these teams come off great recruiting years. Years of the big-time screen had time on Brown. Put that Brown down for the second time. 3 knockdowns, they stop it. Good effort by both clubs. Very good win for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Tough place to play. They came here, and they win it by 7, 82-75. Despite a wonderful performance for Lucius Davis, who had 30 points, equaling his career high. But I'm very impressed with Ohio State. And we mentioned at the beginning of this program, a very well-coached team, and they certainly proved that. Look at the final scoreboard. Ohio State 82.
Ball fake. For 2. Boy, what a play by Bird. He put it up. At number 4, Billy Owens went coast to coast and pulled out all the stops along the way.
There's a big-time play.
But Sharunas Marshallonis when his teammate won better. This is Pete Maravich. This is Pete Maravich. Against Orlando, it was Sherman Douglas who supplied the magic. Change of speed. Oh, yeah, Sherm. Show us what you got. Finally, the play of the week. The person most likely to succeed was Chuck. Oh, man. You need that lock. This is Jim Fagan. See you next week on NBA Action.
Ticket, the world's largest regional sports network. From the Los Angeles Sports Arena, Prime Ticket presents exciting USC basketball. Tonight, the race for the conference championship continues as the Arizona State Sun Devils are in town to challenge the number 10th ranked Trojans of the University of Southern California. And a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Trojan